And good evening, Trojan fans, and welcome out to Walk-Ons on a Thursday night. It is game day eve. Week 10 is upon us, and excited to jump into this one. We're going to talk a little bit about last Friday night game. We're going to talk about that little tussle tomorrow up in Northeast Louisiana. We'll do all of that. This is the Thomas Bachman Show, brought to you by our friends at Sadler's Towing. Big shout out to Janelle and the family there. Couldn't do any of this without them, and of course our friends here at Walk-Ons who have hosted us in year number 6. I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports. Down on the far right is my compadre up in the press box, Nick Magnano, and right here with us, head coach Thomas Bachman. Coach, welcome.
What's up, guys? Thursday again.
Look, here it is. The food's already gone. Another lemon butter chicken.
I really hope that that's not live before we go, because I go through it pretty quick.
No.
I'm hoping that video's not saved right there.
No, but you do remember we were working on the instant replay a lot too. So
no,
I think I've got a telestrator now that I can go
no
to.
doubt.
And
no doubt.
look, first year I did that, Chuck would say, "Look, try this," and I'd go to mark it on the screen, and he's like, "Look, that's a Sharpie. Stop."
Yeah.
So I run 2 computers and 3 laptops. But anyway, Coach, big win last week, and man, that's one of those very typical District 2 5A matchups. It's just a fist fight until the final bell. And Nick told us 4,200, how many seconds?
2,880.
And it took to 2,873 of those to get a result in there. Let's dive right into that when you jump off to a quick start.
Yeah, would have liked it to have been a little quicker. Had an opportunity there to kind of put some distance, knowing how explosive they are, just knowing the skill set that they have. You're trying to put a little bit of distance between us and them. But as far as the start, you're right. Kick the ball in the end zone like Eli does, get a 3 and out. Start in plus territory. Hayden fields that punt, and we're starting from plus 47, plus 48. And, go right down the field. When I say go right down the field, hit 2 runs, commit a penalty, chase the ball, hit a big post for a touchdown.
Right.
So not exactly the way you draw it up, but did make the plays, to get the ball in the end zone. And then we kick off to them, and they make an initial first down, and, we get a stop, and they're punting, and kind of went
chaotic.
It went crazy there for a little while. Bounced off the back of one of their players. One hops to him.
And what's lost in that was Trey was so fast to it. He runs by the kick.
It was a high snap. I'm pretty sure when Trey saw that, he was like, "Here we go again."
He's gonna get it.
So when he leaves his feet, the guy eludes, and Jay's right there as well, and he kicks it. I mean, just one of those freak plays that it went against us. Guy picked it up, but we were still able to get off the field and force a punt there again after the chaos where. Sometimes that's the breaks of the game. And
I was looking for him to not get to the line of scrimmage again like the week prior and say, no, he didn't get the first.
We were asking Bryson, because Bryson's kind of in position to maybe tackle 48 of all right, have we overcoached, some of this from the week before with Ruston and situational football? Hey, that ball's behind the line of scrimmage, all that. No, he was like, man, it just took a perfect hop to him. I said,
that's all it did.
Yeah, it did. And, but able to get off the field and then drove the length of the field and, don't pay it off in any points there offensively when we had a chance to grab that 2-score lead. And, but did force a 3 and out. And they punt and we're short. We start from a really short field and hit Griff there on the bubble screen, and he scores in one play to get that 14-0 lead. So, good first quarter, but certainly wanted to the quicker you can put points behind good football, in between you and another good football team, the better you're going to be in the long haul.
Because we've seen that, Ouachita is just a tough luck team. You could look at any game in here, and they could easily be one of those 4 teams that have just a loss or no losses on there. They're a good squad.
Yeah, it's a very senior-heavy, lineup as far as you look at the starters. I think it was 17, 18 senior starters. That's a lot of seniors, a lot of experience, that is played. I mean, I knew what we were up against. I think some people get to record watching and, getting to don't understand the story of, how you got to that. oh, this team's whatever it is, it's going to be an easy game. And,
Look, that's good.
We knew as a coaching staff, and, I knew, like, how close they were and how good they were.
They're going to hurt some teams' feelings starting in week 11.
I hope so. Certainly pulling for them. Got a lot of respect for Benji. Certainly been where Benji's at when you get those teams and you're fighting and working your butt off to try and, get it over the hump and, win some of those close games, and you just keep having your heart broke. I mean, we lived that life for a long time where our kids were battling and fighting and trying to get over the hump. And, as we've told the kids and tell yourself, man, I'm frustrated. You feel like throwing your hands up at times, but you never know when your breakthrough's going to come. You just got to stay after it, and certainly hope that they have some opportunities in the playoffs to make a run at this thing. I mean, the big thing is as far as we're in the other bracket, so it's a little bit different. But as far as all the teams from our district, I just hope that they don't draw each other immediately in the first or second round. If there was a way that you could get them spread out where they're not going to play again. But
football karma's a crazy thing.
Yeah, you got no control over anything. You got to play the people that are right in front of you, and that's what all we've tried to do. But yeah, certainly knew what we were up against, and proud of our kids that. While we did not play what I would consider our best complete game, do think we played really, really well defensively. But as a complete football team, I don't know that we played our best game, but we still found a way to win, and that's what it's ultimately about, that we found a way. But certainly need to improve this week and not make some of the same mistakes that we made in the ball game last Friday night.
Yeah, Coach, we noticed last week on film, and we talked pregame about how they would play a lot of man-to-man. And then in that second quarter, after you went up for it, they dropped 2 back, and you guys were able to adjust and really run the ball that second quarter and take advantage of that as well.
Offensively, I felt like we moved the football.
Yeah.
We didn't pay it off in points. We get stopped in the red zone twice, turn the ball over. Missed points for the touchdown there that we had him open. And, talking about, the pick with Carson. Carson, I guess, has thrown maybe 55 touchdowns now over the last 2 years. And he's just taken really good care of the ball. That one was one that I know that he wants back. There's a couple of picks that are on his record, as far as statistics that I don't necessarily say, hey, we turned it over.
Yeah.
He's really only got what I would consider is 3, come on, man. You can't make that. And when you say 55-3 or 55 against 7, that's very impressive. But that was one that we needed to pay off in points. And, we talked about it in meetings. Hey, when we cross the 30-yard line, with Eli, we need to understand that there's points there. And in these one-possession games, 3 points, makes it a 2-possession game.
Right.
Or, gets it to a 3-possession game, whatever it is, and that's huge. So we've got to keep that in mind. Situational football, when we get, 30, 25, that Eli certainly has the leg to pay it off in points.
Look, we'll jump back into the stats. I know Nick's got a bundle of them there, but I want to.
Yeah, we outgained them by 100 yards. As far as first downs, where is it? I was looking for there. We made 19 first downs.
Yeah, they had 17, so you had more first downs.
They had more plays than us. They had 63 plays for 330 yards. We had 53 plays for 440 yards. So, felt like it wasn't an impressive defensive performance to continue to get off the field in crucial situations, just continue to limit that explosiveness that they have.
Well, and we'll fast forward into the end of when you go up 21-7 out of the half, and then give up the touchdown, and it's 21-14. We make a big defensive stop, and this gets all the way late in the game. This fast forwards to the tail end of the game, where we get the turnover on downs, and then put it on the turf.
On the very first play. And they got all the momentum.
And now it's 21 all. And
and you got to put a drive together, and we move the ball into plus territory. We're stopped on downs. Both times where we're stopped on 4th down. We've got a 2nd and 1 and can't convert, in 3 opportunities. But, Trey gets the pick. there at the very end of it, and knew that we were going to get to that play that we got to with Kaysen. It was a matter of, we thought it had a chance to hit. Didn't want to call it on first down.
Right.
Because I didn't want to score with 30 seconds to go in the game and give them the ball back.
So you're telling me that you purposely hold on to score with 7 seconds to go?
I don't know about
That's
7
brilliant.
seconds. I don't know about 7 seconds.
Just
but
brilliant.
we knew that was the play that we wanted to get to.
Right.
But honestly, all right, I don't want to be in a Hail Mary situation. I don't want to be in
a 50-yard field goal range. Were you confident in it? But
we felt good about that, and at the very least, game's going to overtime.
Right.
Of course, when we don't hit that play, it's incomplete. We've got 2 timeouts. I mean, there's a lot of things that are in play, but we weren't going to call it on first down with 58 seconds, I guess, when we took possession. And, if it does score like it did, give them 40 seconds for,
to do whatever.
Just too many
crazy
guys.
stuff happens in the
So,
world of 258. Halloween night, you can reference anything you want to.
It's the thing, you plan for a lot of things. It works out,
But it's not just it's the play code, but in Kaysen. But I was able to talk to Carson a little bit more. That fake and then the escapability there.
Makes the play go.
Because he's got a dude flying in on him.
He's got a free runner right at him. Just seen him make some of these plays through the years where he can throw off platform.
Does not get rattled either. He just doesn't get in his head.
Does that really well. And then Kaysen to finish it when we get inside the 5, 10, whatever it was, when he breaks that tackle to get it in the end zone where we're not having to kick a last-second field goal or any of that. No, it was a great finish. So.
After about time 85 that I watched that play, you see the sideline doing what the sideline does. You see Alex a couple of times just, I got to get out of the way. I don't need to block anybody in the back. I don't need to get in the way of this. We need to get Kaysen in the end zone.
Yep, and so it worked out, It's forever in the books.
That's right.
So now it's on to the next one. But, as you look back, it's important to, all right, let's continue to improve. And this team certainly is hopefully going to improve over the coming weeks as we finish the regular season and get into the playoffs. There's still a lot of room for growth. Always is. Need to freshen up.
Yeah.
We need to win this one and get that bye. We need to freshen up. Hopefully we can get, some guys going.
There's a lot to play for Friday night.
No doubt.
Oh, my
doubt.
goodness.
I mean, we've got a lot of kids battling a lot of things, as everybody does in this district. Just how physical it is, how tough it is to freshen up and get healthy heading into the playoffs will be something that'll be important for all of us, certainly for us.
Coach, talked about Carson and 10 of 14, he had 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, but his completion percentage is just skyrocketing. I mean, when 3 weeks back he was 59 to 60%. Now he's on the season 73%. So in district play, his numbers have just his completion percentage has been great. But then also talk about Kaysen and Noble both going over 100 yards. In the game.
It's kind of what we thought we had early in the year, and to see them back out there together and be able to have that tandem of being able to keep somebody fresh is what we thought, and I guess 109, 125 that's kind of what we want.
That touchdown run that Noble had. It was reminiscent of
on a 3rd and long.
A lot of the great backs that have come through Alexandria. He hits that seam, and he's gone. There's not anybody catching him.
Yep, and that was a big drive, to get the ball coming out of half. Hey, let's go get some points and make this thing a 2-score game, and so that was a big drive.
And needed every bit of it.
Yep, and then Griff gets the pick, and we're back in plus territory on the next drive, and really had a chance to kind of start to put the nails in the coffin if we pay that next drive off of the defensive turnover. 28-7 is a totally different, feeling, and, it's a totally different approach that they have to start taking, knowing that, man, you got to start making every possession count here late in the game. So, as I said a couple seconds ago, found a way to win. It's in the books, and it's on to the next one. It's just another one of those games where our kids found a way.
Look, Kyron Griffin is playing as well-rounded as anyone in our area, in the state, whatever it is. The work that he does offensively, the work that he's been doing defensively, special teams, just a complete, well-rounded player.
He's a football player. There's got a lot of belief in himself, and we certainly have a lot of belief in him too. Would be an all-state receiver if he played receiver full-time, would be we think he is at safety.
Right.
We know the value that he brings over there, and so, it's trying to be smart in the amount of snaps. We don't want a difference maker to become average because we just wear him out over the course of 2-3 quarters to where he can't be that difference maker in the fourth quarter. But, we need to have him on the field as much as he can handle.
Look, Nick's got it out there, too. Just a lot of tackles defensively.
Trey had an incredible night. You go back, and so many of them, too, where they would hit a crease.
Yes.
And you're the last line of defense, and you get it on the ground. There were several of those that Trey made the other night, that Trey's made all season. We've talked about Trey and just, the player that he is, the competitor that he is. But I thought, he had a really good night. Obviously, statistically, made some crucial plays. I mean, the pick is beautiful.
Pick's one of those that will go down as one of the big ones all over the place because as they're marching now. But he has the vision to jump the ball. And you saw it all season long just get better. And you know the talent that he has. But the switch is flipping, and he's putting it together out there masterfully.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Trey. So, it might be a surprise to other people. We see it every day. I'm not surprised by any play that he makes or anything that he does just because I watch it every single day.
They said he's fast enough to block a kickoff. How about that? So we're going to take our first.
I'm going to have to process that one.
We're going to take our first break of the evening. When we come back, we will have our Express Pros Lineman of the Week. We will name our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game. And contrary to what you might have heard, it may or may not have come from that game Friday night. And we'll name our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game. We'll do all of that when we come back.
We help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
A hot and steamy au jus is the king of dips. It enhances the flavor of everything. Roast beef, onions, cheese. I would dip everything in au jus if I could. Everything. Take it from a real firefighter. You gotta come and try this new French dip sub.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view. And gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience? Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Ugh, come on!
Seriously?
This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
And we are back to walk-ons on a game day eve here. And exciting first segment. I think I left as much curiosity out there as I possibly could. We'll get to our cool play of the game here in just a moment.
I know what it is.
I want to take the opportunity to talk about our sponsors that help us do this. Of course, Express Pros here in Alexandria. They started this last year doing our Lineman of the Week, and it's the You Had One Job Award. And it's, Coach, it's been just a variety of different linemen, offensive, defense, whatever it is. There are a lot of guys that are doing a lot of work along that offensive and defensive line. And Nick, you had a couple of things jumped out to you this week.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, I think Peter Lofton had another great game at tackle on the offensive side. But we decided this week to go with the defense side of the ball, to go with number 44, Jaden Bayan. He had 5 total tackles, 3 solo, 2 assists. He had 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and a quarterback pressure. And just had a real and I'll be honest with you, I was kind of surprised on that stat line because seeing all the tackles that we had at the second and third level, I was glad to see his stat line.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden's a kid that's going to continue to improve, has all the measurables. I know that y'all follow social media, picks up a new offer,
Seems like every day,
every week, and that's going to continue to roll in. And he's playing well for us now. He's got an incredibly bright future. Certainly, excited about just the progression that we've seen over the last couple of years. Coach OJ does a great job with those guys.
Yeah.
And happy for him. I mean, certainly deserving. Probably had other opportunities throughout the year to be mentioned. So glad that, he gets the recognition that he deserves, because so many of them do. It's hard when you do these things, There's just so many kids that are deserving.
Right.
And even as we sit here and we talk about some of the same names, there's just a lot of unsung heroes. And, he's one of them. And so very happy for him.
Yeah, and that Arkansas offer, don't get me wrong, I'd much rather him go to LSU, but if he does, we've got some people in Arkansas, so we can definitely help him out there.
He's got some other ones that are on the line, and so it'll be anxious to see, what all takes place.
Look, that's what's a crazy thing about the recruiting and all of that. It's you seems like you get one offer, and now just a bunch of them fall in line. From that.
Sometimes it works that way. Sometimes it works that way. Or you get through the season. I mean, it's just,
but look,
all you need is one. That would be the thing I would tell you in today's world. All you need is one.
Very, very deserving, without a doubt, and for all of the success and all the accolades he gets. But tonight, he is our Express Pros Lineman of the Week. So congratulations to Jaden Bayan.
Back there on his phone.
That's right.
Now he lifts his head up.
There he is. That's right. Hope to visit with him, get an opportunity to. That'll move us into our Southern Air Cool Play of the Week. And Nick and I had it figured out right up until about an hour before the game when I received some other information. But no, I won't put that play up. I don't even have that play. So we'll stick to our original on there. But I did get to see some great footage today. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to see. Nick, as always, we had several to choose from in this. The INT at the end, the INT from Griffin, the very opening play.
Yeah, I was going to say the post to Alex.
Yeah.
The catch that he makes is incredible.
How do people still keep covering him, man coverage, without safety help? I just don't understand it.
I think he'd rather you not talk about it, Doug.
I understand we're not, but the film is the film. Everybody can see what it is, and
no.
but you do other things offensively that make teams have to do that, because if not, you'll run the ball 57 times. That's what you take what they give you. So I answer the question on our own. You don't have to. You can continue to do that. But that gets back into some other ones too. The Noble Williams run that was on there. Kayson's run at the end of the game was there. The pick, of course, where we talked about that. Just a lot of things that were possibilities. But one thing that did it for us was timing of it, and it was such a big play. Carson to Kayson at the end of the game that goes 40. What did it go?
Now you had to put me on that.
I figured you'd know that.
I'm
just
sorry.
off
I
the
got
top
it
of
right
your
here.
head.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Because he had a 39, if I'm not mistaken, at one point.
Right, and I didn't want to confuse
Yeah,
the 2 yardage ones.
Excuse me. Yeah, he ended up having it's 39. I was correct. 39 yards on that one.
So I was close. But the entire play, the timing of the call, the ability for Carson to do what he does, again, a free run right at him, and he just eases away like a bullfighter, almost just out of the way, and Ole, and there goes right by him.
Whatever you need to be.
and drops it off to Kaysen, and Kaysen finishes things off by going the 30. I mean, it was all yards after catch just about on that too. So take us through that play one more time, Coach.
Just it's easy to lose the back on some of that stuff, and we figured out of that personnel, they also have to defend against us getting in field goal range.
Right.
We're in a too tight set, and so you got to devote some people to. And they do stop the run on first down, but, you're just right close to being, a couple yards, and Eli's got a shot, and so you still have to respect the run. We have 2 timeouts, and got him lost. Lost like we thought had a chance to happen, with some misdirection and some flow, and then Carson does an incredible job. When they get the free runner,
right,
to keep it alive long enough to let him get a little bit downfield and makes a great throw, and the catch and run is history at this point.
Look, you go back and listen to the call, and we'll have it up and post it. We posted it earlier today, but I think I even lost it there at the end of it too on the call, and that hadn't happened in a while, but it was just exciting.
Y'all are wondering what we're doing. Like, what are they doing? Totally mismanaging the clock. And hey, if it don't work out, that's probably the story that's told and whatever.
No, we have an approach. We look at it.
I'm not saying. I'm talking about just in a general.
Yes.
Like, we know what we're trying to do, and trying to get everybody to understand. Second guessing is the easiest thing.
But
there ain't no second guessing. It worked.
That's exactly right. So 100%. So congratulations to Carson Sellers and Kaysen Williams on our Southern Area cool play of the game. And that'll take us over to one of the great parts of the night, our Sabine State Bank player of the game. We appreciate the folks at Sabine State Bank that have stepped up this year and helped provide these footballs for us. And we make those here, hometown and locally. They're made by BU Designs right over there, close to Ash, as a matter of fact. Did you know that? So that's a shameless plug. You knew that. You knew that. Yeah, absolutely. So, again, just so many chances and so many people that stood out, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, we could go with Trey on his tackles and the interception, go with, Griffin on his. You can go with Carson again for the big night he had, with 10 of 14 with 194 and 3 touchdowns. But
Jaden's big night.
Yeah,
X
Jaden had a big night. X could have. Matter of fact, Doug and I were talking about that. I was, we were talking about that as well. But decided to go with number 4 tonight, Noble Williams, 13 carries, 125 yards and a touchdown, and that was a big run, and to start off the second.
Third quarter.
Yep.
Big. There's a lot. Yeah, no, very deserving. Glad to have him back in the fold. It's 2 weeks that he's back in action now, and we're certainly hoping that we all catch our stride as a team. Now that he's back, him and Kaysen, and here we go.
I want to know if he wears a pair of cleats out. How often does he wear a pair of cleats out, Coach? Because he runs hard.
He puts some force in the ground.
Yes, he's mad at the ground whenever he runs, for sure.
Some force in the ground.
Look, it's just seeing the moves and the plays that he makes week after week. It is so it's so good to see that he is back in there because he is a difference maker. He can hit the home run ball at any time that he's out there. He looks to score. And at 6'1", 190, he's finished. He's not a small back. There's been some times where we say, well, we've got some small backs. And he got nothing to do but grow from here.
Yeah, no, both he and Kaysen are put together, tough to tackle, and only going to get better over the course of time.
Look, so congratulations. I don't think we saw Noble in here. I don't think he was in here tonight. The only week he's missed is this week. But congratulations to our Sabine State Bank player of the game. It is Noble Williams. Coach, going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get into visiting with coaches, players, and look ahead to that big contest tomorrow night against Neville. This will give you an opportunity to go down and find some food on there, and we'll do that when we come back here. You are watching the Thomas Bachman Show live from Walk-Ons, and we're brought to you by our friends at Sadler's Towing. We'll be right back.
A hot and steamy au jus is the king of dips. It enhances the flavor of everything. Roast beef, onions, cheese. I would dip everything in au jus if I could. Everything. Take it from a real firefighter. You gotta come and try this new French dip sub.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view. And gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience? Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
ugh, come on!
Seriously? This is so extra.
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
And we are back to Walk-Ons on a Thursday night. Delighted to be joined by the, gosh, I guess there's so many things that he does. It's Brett McCormick who joins us. Teaches at Alexandria Senior High now in their digital media and the Ash Sports Network and just everything that's going on, stats with football and just a lot of things. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Look, you can tell he just takes pictures. Let's get that up there where it belongs. There you go. Just take pictures indeed. Not at all. Look, man, everywhere we go, it seems like you have a take and you know whatever's going on all across the state. How do you keep up with it all?
You know, it's not easy, but I've been doing this a long time, and I've got friends all over the state, and this is kind of what we do. We talk about, bounce ideas off of each other, and kind of obviously from here north, 318 is kind of what I consider my my area of expertise, but I try to stay knowledgeable of everything that's going on around Louisiana high school football and Louisiana high school sports in general.
Look, closer to home in your day job, I guess you will, your main job there. These guys, and we had a couple of them on the show with us at homecoming. The graphics these guys are putting out and the updates they're doing are second to none.
Well, I really was, last year was my first year with Ash Media, and we had a kid that had kind of been doing things for a while, and he was graduating, and I didn't really know what it was going to look like this year, and identified Jude Isles as a guy who had some talent, some ability, told him I wanted to join, and then he kind of just has run with things. He put him a team together that's doing great things, shooting video on Friday nights, taking pictures. They uploading graphics immediately, posting y'all's 446 videos, and you know, it's just I've got 4 or 5 kids that'll be up at Neville tomorrow night, and I've been very, very impressed with what they do. I just kind of give them the equipment, and they do their job. Yeah. It's been fun to watch them, be able to kind of chase a passion and kind of develop a love for media.
That kind of excitement, you'd almost think it's a Rumble touchdown.
I was fixing to say, I'm kind of curious to know what they were excited about. But, yeah, Brett, appreciate you being on the show. But I have 4 pages here that Brett McCormick actually stats for us, or stats for the team, and we definitely appreciate that. I know I get to get on here, and Doug gets to get on here, and we talk about stats and this, that, and the other. But, Brett, you do every possession, you do every down, and we definitely appreciate it. Can you just start highlighting the stuff for me so I don't have to do that?
Look, if you want me to, I do it in Google Docs. So there's a highlighter on there. I can do whatever you need me to do.
No, it's all good. We definitely appreciate that.
So here's what it took me 10 weeks to figure out, okay? Nick brings these out tonight, and I was like, man, I got left off the email list again. He's like, Doug, it's in Google Drive. You just go look. It's like 10 weeks into this, and I'm just realized, I was like, I guess my email's blocked. I don't know what it is. But now I know where to go and look for that stuff. But it's tremendous work that you do. And, man, I guess you just go back and watch this thing and do it over because you're doing a lot of stuff during the game. You're not doing that during the game.
No, during the game, I'm shooting photos and kind of, really kind of supervising the kids, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and then doing my 1T stuff. And then pretty much every Friday night after the game, wherever I'm at, whether it's at Ash game or somewhere else, I'll go home and I'll throw on 446. I get on the YouTube and watch, listen to YouTube call, and like I tell people all the time, I don't listen to every word you say because I kind of do. Sometimes I'm up till 2, 3 in the morning, so I kind of fast forward a little bit. But I watch the game, rewatch it, stat it, and it's a lot of fun. Like I've been doing this for a long time. Kind of discovered this as a teenager when I was in high school, a love of stats, and I'm just thankful that Coach Bach allows me to do it and be involved. So
my wife makes me mute it when I go back and watch it. She's like, we're not going to sit here and listen to you all night.
I muted myself, by the way.
I don't. I'm watching because sometimes, I mean, y'all see things that maybe I don't see. Like we're different people. We're watching the same thing, but maybe y'all pick on, especially with Noble and Kaysen and all of that stuff. And so, like, you give me a heads up of who's in the game, or maybe I'll say, oh, maybe we missed that one or whatever. And I know we kind of, you and I communicate on like plays and kind of where we differed, and usually it's pretty close. Usually you're calling a game and statting live and all that stuff. I've done it before. I know it's difficult, and I think you do a great job with what you're able to provide live, and then I kind of go back behind you and make sure it's as accurate to the yard as possible.
We definitely appreciate that. And also whenever you tell me on certain things, like whenever I don't have a pass attempt for Carson, and it's because it was post possession or something like that, even though we accepted the penalty. So I appreciate those updates as well.
Well, and a lot of that stuff with I officiate basketball as well, and so officiating is a passion of mine, and I have a lot of friends who officiate. So if I have questions, or like I know I text you at 1 o'clock in the morning because you have a question on the air, and I'll just answer your question via text. And this is what I know. I just try to share what I know to everybody that I can. So.
Look, it takes it definitely takes a village to get all of these things. That group text that we're in with a couple of the others from around here, you're just getting stuff from all over and processing, and we're missing a play, and we go, but I got this information here. It's really great when you have so many people pulling on the same end of the rope.
Well, it's funny because you guys, the media landscape in Cenla is not what it was when I moved here 20 years ago.
Correct.
And you guys are doing a great job of filling a void in a needed role. But there are still people here who have been involved with the Town Hall Playback or KLB, and there's a passion there. And we're still involved, even if it's not the day job at the newspaper
right.
like it used to be back in the
But
day.
you can't take it out of it. There's, one in particular, and I don't know if he wants us to mention him or not, but he has his day job. But there at night, you don't lose sight. He's as sharp as he ever was. So, John, he's as sharp as he ever was on there. So there's a lot of great folks. Brett, thank you. The work that you do doesn't go unappreciated. It is it's next best thing to Digital Scout during the game. I wish he never would have got rid of that. But
hey, I remember statting games with Digital Scout. It was great. I loved the Digital
because
Scout.
you're full time watching it and it's free.
It was awesome.
And so that was a great thing. That predated Nick.
I was 16. Yeah, that's way before my time on the stats.
I was so sad when Digital Scout went away because it was awesome.
It was an electronic. And it was free. Clearly, it was digital. But you'd stat it, and so you're able to keep it right there in front of you, up to date, like we have on our LCU games. So it certainly was a great one. But 1T, we appreciate you stopping in with us. The second show that you've been to.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be shooting somewhere tonight, and it just didn't work out. So I was like, hey, let me go over to the Thomas Bachman Show and hang out and listen to you guys talk some Ash football. So
one last thing before we get you out of here, and this was something that I think was the first time that it ever happened. You wore purple and gold up north to Ruston.
I did.
And that's your alma mater, and that's everybody that knows you, and they gave you some grief.
I got a lot of grief from that, but I tell you what, Coach Bachman loves to give me grief about Ruston and wearing red and all that stuff. But I love my Bearcats, but I root for them 9 weeks out of the year. The Ash Trojans are my #1 team now, and I love being a part of this program.
You can root for them all the rest of the way now.
That's right.
Too. We're especially tomorrow night.
Definitely.
Go Bearcats.
That's right.
We definitely need that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will visit with
Coach Ham.
Coach Ham is going to join us here. You remember him. We talked to him as a player, again, way back before Nick was around, and we'll do all of that when we come back. You're watching the Thomas Bachman Show, brought to you by Sadler's Towing, right here on 446 Sports.
There's a reason why more of your friends and neighbors talk about their cataract surgery at Wallace Eye Associates. They know our tradition of eye excellence spans decades. They also know how committed we are to our local community. If you're ready to have your vision restored through modern cataract surgery, call us to schedule your annual cataract evaluation. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community's spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. .446 Sports, where Central Louisiana comes to play.
And welcome back to Walk-Ons here in Alexandria for the Coach Bachman Show. Now joined by Coach Ham.
Yes, sir.
And Jaden Bayon, our
Yes,
Express
sir.
Pros lineman of the week, Jaden, man, big game. And before we get to Coach Ham, man, and I'll tell you, to be honest with you, man, I was kind of excited to see this. You had 5 total tackles, 3 solo, 2 assists. You had 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and quarterback pressure. And that was a big line you were playing against. Let's talk about that Friday night.
Yes, sir. You know, we go out there. So the game plan was spot a bomb, win the game.
Yes, sir.
You know, defense came out there. We played good, played hard, like we played strong. We all did what we could, and we got the dub.
So you're a junior?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long have you played football all 3 years at Ash?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you play in junior high?
Yes, sir. I played at Arthur Smith.
Okay. So you're familiar with it. Okay. We were talking earlier on the show. You got an offer from Arkansas, from the Razorbacks this past week. I was telling Coach Bachman, I don't know if you heard, but we've got some people in Arkansas, and so I'd prefer you staying at LSU. But if you end up in Arkansas, we could possibly definitely introduce you to some people up there. I have a couple of customers up there that do a lot of stuff with the Razorbacks. But Coach Ham, I know you coached a freshman, but I know you're very involved. Talk about this young man that's to your left.
When he decided to buy in and like actually develop his body, it took off. I remember when I first started teaching and coaching at Ash in my January of Bayon's freshman year, and him and Pete would be in there like talking about how their sophomore year they was gonna like start taking it serious, start doing this and that. And now I'm just seeing like how Bayon, how all the offers are rolling in for him. Just like it shows once you put your head down and go to work, it pays off. And like very proud of the work he's been putting in. Like and now it's most definitely paying off for him.
Yeah, that's good. So you work primarily with the freshmen. I mean, I know you're involved with the program, but let's talk about
primarily with the freshmen, and then helping with the D-line with Coach OJ.
Okay. Boy, I bet that's fun.
Oh yeah.
So you really know this guy well then, huh?
Yeah.
So is good cop Coach OJ's bad cop, or is it vice versa, or they both get on you? What?
They both get on me. They both want the best from me.
Yeah.
I know.
And one thing I learned the older I get. Of course, I coached for 25 years after I graduated high school. But the thing I notice is my coaches, 48-year-old Nick realizes that the coaches were a lot smarter than the 16-year-old Nick.
Oh, yeah.
So understand that everything they do is to not only make you better on the field, but also to make you better in class and in life and everything else. But so talk about the freshman team.
You know, freshman team, we had some really good athletes and everything. So right now it's just the fact of like having them buy into like the work ethic and everything, like continue to hold them to a standard. Because like whenever you go across the state and everything, like talent's not gonna help you. Like all that stuff is gonna run out. Talent's gonna run out. What are, like Coach Bachman says a lot, what are those intangibles? Like, do you have discipline? Are you able to go the extra mile? Are you able to go into the deep end and go drown some people, you know? Like, just so continue to hold them to a standard and everything like that. So, got some really good athletes in that class. I feel like got some dudes in there, yes, sir.
So, do y'all have a district as well, or do y'all just?
So, for the most part, we try to play. If Friday night we play in Ruston, we try to play Ruston that Monday night.
Okay.
So if we go in to Ruston that Friday, they'll come to us that Monday.
And it's usually freshman and JV on that
sir,
Monday.
freshman and
So
JV.
have you guys been able to get 9 games so far, or have you missed some? Or
We played everybody in our district for the most part. Played everybody in our district, and then just had some games got canceled around. Yes, sir.
Gotcha. So, Jaden, I know you're on the team last year. Talk about the run y'all had last year. Talk about the Dome. What's one thing about the Dome, and not result, put the result aside. What's one thing about the Superdome that really, I mean, when I say what's the first thing you think comes to your mind about the trip to the Dome?
Yeah, man, I want to make it back and win.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yes, sir.
As far as being there, was there something there? I mean, when you walked out, did y'all get to walk out early, kind of get that out of your system? I mean, with locker room, was there anything that just really said, man, this is something that really stood out?
Yeah, the locker room, it was nice. Walking on the field, when I passed on this stuff, I was like, yeah, I must have want to be able to play the next level when I get older. Good deal.
And let's talk about that. We talked about the Arkansas offer. What's some of the other schools that you've already received offers from?
Well, few minutes ago, I just got an offer from University of Houston.
Oh, so we're breaking it here, or did you already put it on your social?
I ain't put it on social
Okay,
yet.
so
Breaking news right here.
that's what I'm talking about. Breaking news at 446. Jaden Bion receives an offer from the Houston Cougars.
Yep.
So now, did you have a relationship with them when a coaching staff was at Tulane? Did you know them from them? Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever you do this, for example, when you go on these recruiting trips, there's usually a designated player that's there. Okay. Have you been on many official visits, or has everything been unofficial?
Unofficial.
Unofficial.
Unofficial visit yet.
Okay. So and you're probably gonna. I don't know exactly how it all works. I'm pretty familiar with it. I think you get 5 official visits, if I'm not mistaken.
5, yep.
So is it 5 total, or is it just 5 your senior year, or how does that work?
I think it's 5 total.
5 total. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. So you have all 5 years left. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, man, Coach Ham, is there anything you want to add, like I said, about Jaden or about the freshman group that we might not have covered?
If we continue to go to work with the freshmen, and they continue to buy in everything, they'll be the ones to fill in on those gaps that's going to be coming out in the next couple of years.
And look, we got your counterpart that comes up to the press box. We got Eris on a couple weeks back, so that was last week, so that was good. Well, Jaden, congratulations! You're our Express Pros lineman of the week for Week 9, and we look forward to watching you tomorrow night. Let's go out and get that W. Coach Ham, thanks a lot. We appreciate you. So when we come back, we'll have Coach Bachman, we'll have Doug back. You're watching Thomas Bachman Show on 446 Sports.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Almost. There we go. We are back here. Final segment. Of course, you saw that commercial from Jason Hawk, who's been with us from day one. We appreciate Jason Hawk and Jason Hawk Farm Bureau Insurance. Wouldn't have been able to get any of this going without our initial core of guys, and Jason was certainly one of those. Coach Thomas Bachman, it's been a great night. Got to talk to Jaden, of course. Another offer, he said, the University of Houston has given him an offer as well. So he's just piling them up, no doubt, on there. Let's get some other scores. Catholic on top of Zachary, 21-7 in that. But more importantly, back here, we've got the Tigers of Neville and an opportunity to have some things happen, win our way into possibly a back-to-back district championship. So tell me a little bit more, though, just about tomorrow night.
Well, I mean, we're playing another great football team, another 2-5A battle. It's kind of shaped up, I guess how, everybody from the outside would say is where you're going into this final week with, the district champion yet to be determined and a lot of different scenarios that could take place. Any one of the 4 teams has an opportunity to win it, but you need help from the other game.
But no team can win tomorrow night and on their own do it. You've got to have a lot of things happen.
The other thing has to happen in the other game,
right.
For us. the winner of Ruston, West Monroe, and then the winner of our game. Anyway, all the scenarios. I'm sure everybody's seen all that stuff that's out there. Only thing we control is playing Neville, and that's been our only focus.
100%.
Don't have anything to do with the other ball game. And we're playing a really good football team. Got an experienced quarterback, son of a coach, second year starting. He's got a lot of weapons to get the ball to. Got some size and speed. Always very athletic. Very aggressive on defense, run and tackle really well. Got a kicker that can kick it in the end zone, for touchback. So playing a complete football team, that in a very
hostile environment,
tradition-rich school and place, and just a ton of respect for him. I mean, that's the truth. I've known Coach Collins seems like most of my life,
and they're a team that is on the way down division-wise, and so this will be their final. This will be their final time in 2-5A, and so they're looking for nothing more than to finish it out strong. But I got to believe, Coach, that it doesn't matter what else happens, who wins, who loses, who any of that. You guys just want to go out there and get that win tomorrow night and don't care a thing about the rest of it.
No, I think that's all of us in this district. We're worried about the things that we can control, and how we go up there and play tomorrow. Tomorrow night's the only thing that we control, and so that's where all our attention and focus will be, and just a lot at stake. They're playing, we're playing for playoff positioning and seeding, and everybody wants that bye week to try and freshen up, coming from our district where it's just been so many battles week after week. So a lot at stake, but it's another ball game. I mean, just one that I would anticipate a great environment. I would think that it's going to be just like it's been all year.
That's right.
I mean, that's just like it's been all year. Every ball game has been big, and the communities are great. And as I said, I've known Coach Collins for a long time, and just a ton of respect for him, and what he's done, and all that he's done, I guess I should say.
Right.
And, hopefully teams take on the identity of their coaches. That's something that people say, and so that's why Neville plays so well and plays so hard, because they've got a guy that prepares really hard and coaches really hard and has a ton of experience doing that. So, got our hands full.
Tomorrow is a senior night for them?
Yes,
okay.
Senior night. I think they have 28 seniors. I think that's what I counted on the roster, 28 seniors. So,
I mean, you're used to the adjustment, but there will be
we've passed a couple of, road trips at West Monroe. I think they were doing senior night for maybe spirit groups, and then when we went to Ruston, Hudson had a ceremony, where he was able to play in some All-American, maybe the Army All-American, whatever it was. They had that presentation. So yeah, we're used to, the having to be off the field 6:30, 6:35 is when they're going to start senior night. So we'll adjust our normal pregame routine, and 7 o'clock will get here pretty quickly.
It'll be here in a hurry, and if you think it's not, here we sit on the eve of a Week 10 ball game, when it seems like we were just talking about, okay, when are we leaving for Sterlington for the Jamboree, and it's raining, and what are we doing?
And spring ball, it's just the way it is. It's been a long season, but it's gone by fast, and there's a lot of football left to be played. So we're right in the thick of this thing.
If you signed up at the first of this season, all you wanted was to be right where you're at right now, with an opportunity to control to control the things that you're doing. Yes, I know you'd love.
I'm with you. But and I think that kind of everybody has that one in district. They'd probably look back and say, "Man, I wish I had that one back." But
again, that's the state of this district.
There's no looking back. I mean, it's you're looking forward, to what's in front of you, and that's what we're doing. Looking forward to tomorrow night. As far as practice, I feel like we've had a good week of practice. We have not gone to the ground like we traditionally do at this point, and I just think that trying to freshen up a little bit to get ready. Know that our kids know how to compete, how to play hard, and they're certainly going to have to do that tomorrow. But there's a line that we're walking right now with some of these guys with We need them.
Yeah.
We need them to be able to play Friday night, and that's
well,
we need them to play Friday night.
They need them to play without a doubt. It's going to be a great one, just like it is each and every week, and we're excited about that. Can't get to the bye week quick enough, but there's so much to finish off in this season tomorrow night.
That's right. No guarantees. The only guarantee is you go win, got a chance to have a bye week.
Look, they are loving that Rummel and Carr game that is going on up here. So we appreciate the folks at Walk-Ons.
That's the great thing about high school football is we're sitting here in Central Louisiana and watching this ball game. The LHSA Network, 446, the exposure that you get. You know, that's what makes it, you know, here in another couple of years, what are you going to see and what's the market for high school football going to be? And that's the beauty of this, you know, and it's given us some statewide exposure. So no, that's really cool, and you know, two really great programs there that are potential, you know, playoff opponents at some point, being in the select bracket.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a tremendous 9 weeks. Those are in the books and have no bearing on tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we're 0-0 and getting ready to go up there and just get into another one of those 2-5A fist fights. Appreciate you coming out. Congratulations, our Cool Play of the Week winners. Our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game, which was Noble Williams, and congratulations to him. And our Express Pros Lineman of the Week, Jaden Bayan, who was able to come in here and breaking news about the Houston offer. So he's a lot of big things, and I got to believe there'll be much more of that news to break with a lot of these guys on here. So that's going to wrap it up here from Walk-Ons for our Week 10 edition of the Thomas Bachman Show. We, again, big thanks to our folks here at Walk-Ons as we are a little bit more time to go here in year 6 of us being out here, but that'll take care of it tonight. For my man Nick Magneto down there, head coach Thomas Bachman, I am Doug Gann. God bless you all and good night.